Nathaniel, if you can hear me, I want to let you know that the settings are such that it's not letting me start my video.
Okay. Ben, can you look into that for us? Thanks.
But it does sound like you can hear me, so that's good.
Yeah, we can hear you.
And I do think we may have had a similar issue at the last hearing, and we were not able to get the video to get started. So let me know if you think that's where we're headed.
Okay. Tommy, out of curiosity, how was it resolved last time?
We just forewent any video and we did everything by audio because we were still able to share screens. It's not ideal, but we can proceed that way if we need to.
Okay. Ben's still working on it. Maybe give us 2 more minutes to see if he can find it.
All right, I'll wait for you to confirm.
Okay.
I am getting the same error.
Okay, they're troubleshooting right now.
Okay.
Go ahead and try it one more time, Tommy, to see if it works.
Let's see. Oh, that looks like it might be working.
There you are.
All right. I guess I'll keep the tie on then. It sounds like we're already recording, so we'll go ahead and go on the record. The time is 6:03 p.m. This is the hearing for Deschutes County file number 247-22-464-CU and 466-SP, which is a request for a conditional use permit and site plan review to establish a winery as a commercial activity in conjunction with farm use. My name is Tommy Brooks, and I am the hearings officer in this proceeding. To get things started, I'm going to turn things over to Mr. Miller to talk about how folks can participate this evening.
Thank you, Hearings Officer Brooks. Good evening. For the record, my name is Nathaniel Miller, and I'm an associate planner with the Deschutes County Planning Division. As the hearings officer has noted, the item before the hearings officer tonight is a request for a conditional use permit and corresponding site plan review for a winery as a commercial activity in conjunction with farm use. Staff would like to inform the hearings officer and the participants that the applicant has requested a 2-week continuance of the public hearing pursuant to Deschutes County Code 22-24-140 sub A sub 1. A new hearing date is set for October 24th, 2023. Pursuant to our procedures ordinance, public comment can be taken at this time if anyone would like to testify. As such, I will continue with instructions for testifying. Please note that these instructions are for a full hearing and may be modified by the hearings officer because of the continuance. Tonight's hearing will proceed as follows. First, staff will explain the hearing format and how to testify at today's hearing. If requested, staff will give a brief presentation on the application. The county has established time limits for testimony. They are 30 minutes for the applicant, 10 minutes for public agency, 3 minutes for the general public, and 10 minutes for the applicant's rebuttal. The hearing officer can modify or eliminate these time limits. When the testimony portion of the hearing begins, the applicant will present first, followed by agencies. Next, persons in support will testify, then those in opposition will testify. And anyone neutral to the applicant's request will testify last. Afterwards, the applicant will then be afforded an opportunity to present rebuttal testimony. And finally, staff can make any closing comments. This is a hybrid public hearing with both in-person and remote participation. Before starting your testimony, please provide your first and last name as well as your mailing address. For our in-person participants, if wishing to testify, please add your name to the sign-in sheet. I will use this list to call participants for their testimony. After your name is called, please come by one of the tables at the front of the room before beginning your testimony. For our remote participants, if you want to testify, you must be logged into Zoom or have called in using the Zoom dial-in option. When Hearings Officer Brooks asks if anyone attending remotely would like to testify, you will need to use the raised hand feature to notify staff. To do this, you need to press the raise hand button on your computer or smart device, or if you called in, dial *9. In addition to oral testimony, if anyone has written testimony to submit, please hand it to me directly. If you are in person, please submit your written comments to me after your testimony. If you are participating remotely, you can submit your own written comments via email to me at nathaniel.miller@deschutes.org. Hearings Officer Brooks and staff are responsible for conducting an orderly hearing. Any testimony or behavior which is inappropriate will be addressed and may result in that member of the public being removed from the hearing. At this time, I would like to ask if there are any objections to the format of the hearing. If you are attending remotely and have an objection, please use the raise hand function. Seeing none, I will turn the hearing over to Hearings Officer Brooks.
All right, thank you, Mr. Miller. Because the applicant did request a continuance of the hearing and it was made before the date of the hearing, the continuance is allowed by right under the county's code. But for those of you who are here tonight, if you wish to testify anyway, you're allowed to do that. I'm just going to suggest that everyone waits to testify if they can. I will make sure there's going to be a full and fair opportunity for everyone to testify on the 24th when we resume. If you do testify tonight, your only right at the continued hearing on the 24th is to rebut new evidence that is submitted between now and then. That being said, I understand that people have conflicts and some would prefer to provide oral testimony rather than written testimony and may not be able to make it on the 24th. So if there is anyone present tonight that they can't make it or otherwise wishes to present testimony tonight, go ahead and identify yourself. You can do that by raising your hand in the room or on Zoom. And if you do raise your hand, I'll be asking you to identify yourself and to let me know if you're testifying in support of the application or in opposition or is neutral to the application. So is there anyone that wishes to proceed tonight with their testimony?
We are not seeing any hands raised, Hearings Officer Brooks.
Okay, thank you, everyone. So because no one has stated that they wish to testify tonight, I don't think there's a need to continue on. We can continue the hearing as noticed on October 24th, 2023 at 6 p.m. At that time, we will go back on the record. Staff will provide an overview of the hearing format again, and I will provide some additional instructions for all participants. Before we go off the record tonight, Mr. Miller, do you think there's anything, other procedural issues that need to be addressed?
No, staff would just note that we did receive 4 submittals for testimony, and those are uploaded to the record.
Great. All right. Thank you. So with that, it's 6:09 and we can go off the record and we'll go back on the record on October 24th. Thank you.